Hello everyone, and thanks for coming back to the channel. So every once in a while I have like a product that comes in and I don't really review it, and then I end up getting questions about it just because it makes appearances either in the background or I mention it but I don't show it because it comes during flight footage. And today I thought I'd show you up close and personal a few of these items. So let's start with the ISDT FD-200 Smart Discharger. So this would be to discharge your batteries, and I am going to be giving this away. This will be continental US only because it is fairly heavy. I think the expense of shipping it would probably cost as much as the product to many other regions, but it's a very basic product. Let's hook it up here real quick. I'll just take a simple little battery. I got a little adapter here we'll use, and we'll plug it in and get it rolling. So I've got a little battery plugged in here. You touch any button to get it started, and you get those little startup tones, and you can select the different cells. Mine's a 2S, and you select the amps. You could go all the way around. Shows you the different colors. Hopefully you can see those colors. It's showing up on camera. And now you can see it's discharging. It's doing its thing. It's very, very basic. And there's the noisy fan, which is kind of a product of discharging, isn't it? Okay, that's enough of that. So I don't have much of a use for this sort of product, so that's why I'm giving it away. You guys know I fly close to home. There's no real reason for me to have a field discharger. So if you're interested in this, leave a comment down below and just put in your comment FD-200. I can search for the comments in a couple of days, and I can do a random YouTube comment picker. This won't be a live video or anything of that nature. We'll just make it kind of a secret drawing, so to speak. I think it's a fairly niche product. I personally don't see much of a niche for it, but I could be wrong. For many of you that might go out and fly, you might get down to the last couple packs and decide, oh, I'm going to start discharging and use something like that. If you have a purpose for something like this, I'd be very curious in how you would use it, other than the obvious of just discharging batteries. I'm talking more about why you would choose to buy a product like this for discharging, I presume, in the field. The next product I have here is the Toolkit RC Thor. You can see Thor is printed right up there. This is a dead simple mechanical 2S battery charger. You see here it's got 2S balance leads plugged all the way around, and then we've got our wall wart that we plug in. Where did that go? It's right here. I've used it a number of times. I've used some simple chargers that were more digital than this, and one in particular, I can't remember the model number, but some of you longtime subscribers might remember that it had, not necessarily a habit, but on occasion it would overcharge, which is a bad thing and puts us at risk, especially when we're charging at home. So let's plug this in real quick, and this has got a good long cable on it, by the way. I think it's a 4-foot cable, so you don't have to charge right next to the wall where the plug is. So I've got it plugged in here, and you can see where we can select standard voltage or high voltage. 4.35, if you don't see that very clearly, is down at the lower part, and 4.2. I charge all my batteries to standard voltage. I know some people like to charge to high volt. I'm not much of a fan of that just because it introduces risks to our long-term battery health. But it's kind of unfounded because I've actually asked on the channel before how many people are charging to high volt. And it was kind of a mixed bag, and no one was really reporting, yeah, I killed 10 out of 10 batteries after 10 cycles or anything like that. There wasn't any information that I got that was definitive. So maybe charging high volt batteries was kind of a thing from 2 years ago where we killed batteries. Maybe they're fine now. But let's plug in a couple of batteries and get her going here. You can see we've got some lights on here, and I'll try to show you those lights as I plug in. So then we're going red, and obviously when it's done, it goes back to green. It's very, very simple. All the charging is done independently. It doesn't charge to one voltage or anything like that, so each battery is charged on its own. I do note on the website that their pictures show orange. I'm seeing red, but it may be coming up orange in the camera. So if you were to have one live, that looks red to my eyes, so you should expect to see red and then green when it's done. I didn't show you the other side, but we've got 4 ports all the way around. It's a good hardy product, so probably very, very safe to throw in your bag. It also comes with an XT60 version, so you could plug in a large battery to take you with you at your field. And I think this product really comes into play when it comes to people maybe flying 2S brushless whoops. Maybe some of the IGAO guys might be interested in something like this. IGAO, if you're wondering, is International Game of Whoop. You may have seen a video that I did on that for doing whoop trips, and I am still involved in that. Only got a W. I missed 1 week, but so far I'm doing just fine. It's helping to expand my creativity or the things that I attempt to do in flight, and so it's been a very good experience for me, and I appreciate Daniel for all the work that he's done for IGAO. But this charger can charge, 2S batteries for something like this, or if you've got a toothpick like this, or you've got something unique like this, it'll charge the batteries up just fine on 2S. So again, you choose your adapter version. If you were to go to the website, you choose your adapter version, but you can get this one that you can charge at home, and then it comes with a short lead, so you can plug in an XT60 battery and field charge it. So it really comes as an all-in-one, but you have to buy the adapter separately. That's what I would recommend if you're looking at this product, so that you can charge at home, unless you already have a charger at home. The retail price on this on their website is $28.50. I don't know about shipping costs. It's something you might want to check out. There could be other vendors available for this as well. Do your Google foo and find Tuner RC Thor near you. You are probably going to need a pencil or something to flip those switches if you want to, because they're recessed. And I've got another one of these new in box, and I'm going to give them both away. Again, I fly close to home. I really don't need a field charger or another charger. I'm all set up for chargers. So if you want to win one of these Thors, leave a comment down below and put Thor in your comment, or put FD-200 and Thor. You can win them all. This is the RC Toolkit, and I've got an adapter plugged in here. Oops, pressed a button inadvertently here. And you don't press over here on the screen. You use these buttons to navigate over here. I've got one of my few larger XT60 batteries plugged in this side. This can do more than just charge or discharge batteries. You can charge USB. I've pressed another button, and then we've got a servo connector down there for connecting a receiver, and you can measure the signal or impulse the measurement. We've also got some various settings in here. I'm not going to go into this very deep. This is a very inexpensive product. Let's go ahead and look at the settings. I find this button doesn't want to always trigger. So we've got the lowest input at 10 volts, so it doesn't kill your charging battery. It's got temperature, safe time, discharge mode. Let's keep going down here. S-bus width, it's got backlight at 8, buzzer at 4, that gives us our audible. Hub support, not sure what hub support is. That might be for the USB port. I haven't tested that myself. Language, of course, and then default OK. So we're back to that stock. Let's go back. Oh, come on. There we go, back. Use your thumb and it's too big and bulky. It doesn't like it, does it? So you plug in over here on the side for your battery, and you start here at the bottom for your cell count. We go into charger. You can see it gives us a little bit of reading, our charge and discharge rate. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it stock like it is. Hit the OK button again. Now we're highlighted for charge. We hit the OK again. Asks us to charge. OK. And now we're off and running and charging. Hopefully you can see that fairly well. The screen lights up pretty nicely. It does have a relatively small viewing angle. You kind of need to get it centered on your eyes, otherwise it can be a little bit difficult. In camera, it actually comes through better than it does from my eyes. And it's already finished because that battery wasn't hardly depleted from the discharger that I already showed you. But it navigates, it works out just fine. It works as you might expect it. Stop working, yes. Holy cow, it can be annoying, can't it? And then we're back to the very beginning. So it's a little simple thing. It may come handy in your life. I know I haven't done a full and complete review of it, but it was something that I talked about on the channel once, and I think it snuck into one video, and I got a couple questions on it. Many of you have these, and you should, if you can or you're willing to, please leave how you use this little device in your hobby experience. And yes, it does power without the input battery plugged in. And one of my favorite little devices that Robert Thompson talked me into is this little URUAV MC6S is the name of this. These are relatively expensive for what I use them for, but again, this is something that has multiple purposes. You can see we've got USB-C, we've got a standard micro USB, we've got some buttons here, we've got a little DSM-X for satellite receivers, so you can do various things with receivers on these, but how I use it, funny enough, is I just plug in a battery, and it's super cool. And it gives us a nice little reading there. So I use this to check batteries to see how depleted they are. Oftentimes what I'll do when I'm charging is I'll look for the most depleted batteries, and I'll put those on the charger first because I know they're going to take the longest. That way, if I have batteries that I need to fly for tomorrow, I have my best possible opportunity to get started charging, and I'm all set to go the next day. So hopefully I've boiled down this video, and it's relatively short, and I didn't spend too much time on it. I think these are relatively simple products, but can be very, very useful for people depending upon what they're doing. I have been getting questions about them because they have appeared in the background of other videos. Remember, I am giving the FD-200 away, See, it's labeled right there, FD-200. So leave FD-200 in the comment section below if you're interested in that. That's continental U.S. only. Just because of its weight, I think it would cost a fair bit to ship. Then we have 2 of the Tuner RC Thor 2S chargers. Got one new in box, so one is kind of a display unit or review unit, and then we've got one still new in its box. Giving those both away. Put Thor in your comment if you're interested in these. I am also going to give away the Toolkit RC little charger multi-use thing, so leave Toolkit RC in your comment if you're interested in that. You don't have to just leave the one thing in your comment. Only leave one comment, please, because I will use the random YouTube comment picker, and if you leave more than one comment, it will throw you out. So Toolkit RC, FD-200, and Thor. You can put all 3 in your one comment, and it'll all count just fine, so don't worry about that. Unfortunately, I am keeping a hold of this because I like it that much. If you're interested in purchasing these products, I will have links down below, but you can win one, well, you can win all of these in the comment section down below. This one, if you want one, you're going to have to buy it. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or otherwise, please let me know in the section down below. I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.